What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another Resurrected review. We're going to do a really quick double review of a couple episodes of Tales from the Darkside. Now, the ones that I'm going to be reviewing today are The New Man, which is the actual pilot, the actual first episode of Tales from the Darkside, after Trick or Treat was released. And the other one that I'm gonna put out there is gonna be a review of I'll Give You a Million. So the story for the first one, well, you know what? No, wait. Let's get to that in a minute. I'm gonna do really quick song recommendations and drink recommendations for both. Really quick here. Drink recommendations: just drink Pepsi. I think Pepsi's a good choice for these two. It's the 80s. Pepsi is pretty much kind of at its peak in terms of sort of cultural influence and stuff like that. Do yourself a favor, get yourself a 2-liter of Pepsi and drink you some Pepsi. I've got some, but don't have it with me right now. So, in terms of songs, I've got a couple really good ones for you. They're both going to be from Alice Cooper. For The New Man, I say My Dead Drunk Friends from Alice Cooper's new band, the Hollywood Vampires. Check out My Dead Drunk Friends, really good song. I especially recommend it live because it's so ridiculous. I mean, it's all these stars and Johnny Depp and stuff on stage and, you know, Alice singing. And it's pretty cool. So the next one, another Alice Cooper song, Alice Cooper proper, that is. I'm going to go with Nothing's Free from the Last Temptation album. Really great album, really good song. It's not the first song on the album, but it's the second song. Really, really good stuff there. I definitely recommend it. And if you haven't heard the entire album, just listen to the whole album. Really good. As you can see, I'm on the couch here. I think I'm going to make this the landing spot for television reviews, specifically for Tales from the Darkside. So the story to the first movie, we're going to get into that real quick. Not movie, but short. Story to the first one, a guy has just gotten off drinking. He's not had a drink in a year, and he's finally starting to get successful. And then this kid shows up in his life saying that he's his son. And he goes home to his family, and they say that he's his son, and all this different stuff. Well, turns out he eventually goes crazy and starts drinking again, and that's kind of how the episode ends. Kind of a twist at the end. Really weird thing going on there. It's really hard to decipher this one. A lot of people hate it. I can't say I hate it. For whatever reason, there's some charm about it. It's kind of a sad story when you think about it, too, because this guy's just starting to get better, and then his life absolutely goes downhill. Pretty good acting in it overall, I think. Pretty good acting. The guy who's in this episode is also in the last episode of Tales from the Darkside, I believe. And, let's see. I mean, the acting overall isn't bad. I mean, it's not great, but the main guy, pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff. An interesting concept. It's definitely different. It's out there. It's not really a horror story unless you put a certain spin on it. My spin on it would maybe be that, the kid is some entity outside of reality that comes in to mess up people's lives. Kind of a gremlin type character. But anyway, that's The New Man. In terms of I'll Give You a Million, I actually like this one. The whole story is just these two old rich dudes. One who's in, I think he's in finance, and the other is in, like, organized crime. I think that's how it goes. These two characters get together. They're talking about money and stuff. Of course, all they care about is money, but they supposedly are friends. They get together, they play pool, they gamble, they drink together, they're drinking buddies and stuff. And one of them proposes the idea, hey, why don't you sell me your soul for $1 million? You're an atheist. Why don't you sell me your soul? This other guy, by the way, is also clearly an atheist. Sneezes. It's that time of year, guys. Anyhow, so we've got these two guys. They're talking about selling souls and stuff like that. Well, they end up, doing the transfer. One guy sells his soul to the other guy, and then he starts to fall sick. And as he continues to fall sick, he tries to get his soul back. Well, he ends up dying, and there's some consequences, let's just say. So that's why "Nothing's Free" is a good song for this. "Nothing's Free," of course, is about selling your soul to the devil, and ultimately that's kind of what this story's about. It's about if you go out of the natural order of things, the natural order of death, and souls going to where they're supposed to go, that it'll ultimately end in pain and damnation. And it's a pretty cool little story. I enjoy it. Not the best story, still kind of got a horror bent to it, but not the most outright horror bent until the last maybe 3 to 5 minutes. But I think it's pretty well written. Got really good character acting in there. The guy who ends up playing a character at the end, who I won't reveal, does an interesting job, an interesting interpretation of this sort of classic character. But he's all right. Not the best, not the worst. My favorite guy in here, and I don't know his name, but the guy who played the guy who's in finance, the guy who actually buys the guy's soul, I think that's pretty hilarious. The guy himself, he's got this enormous mustache. It's all curly and big, and he's got a gruff voice. I really enjoy it. These two guys just, swilling brandy and playing pool and talking different games and talking money and organized crime and stuff. And I don't know. It's an enjoyable little episode, and I say definitely check it out if you've, got this in some form or fashion. Definitely give it a watch. Both of these episodes are all right. I definitely recommend the second one over the first one, but there's your review. I'll get back to more here in just a little bit. Rock on. If you like to subscribe, talk to you later. Bye-bye.